Yeah. Chris ain't here. My yes man is gone. You know, I released that bookshop video and I'm like, finally we have bookshops, but now I think we're gonna have too many book stuff type of sets, like this one right here. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Brickmeupscottie. I'm Scottie. Oh, you're watching. If you don't like what I do, you can suck my bricks. Chris isn't here today. It's the middle of the week. I had to come in here and send out some orders. It's a little bit stuffy, but I'm like, yo, I can shoot this video real quick. Why not? I gotta get out of here and go take care of the family. Today we're looking at Jiestar. J-I-E star. Jai is the same as die, right? Or is it Jiestar? I used to call it Jiestar. Anyway, this is my first review of them. It's not my first build. This one seemed original. It looks crazy, right? Y'all want to see crazy? Here you go. I've never seen anything like it. And they just released this and they released another version. One's a bookstore, one's a library. It's the same. So I'm building the other one right now. So you guys watch this video first. Hopefully a week later, I'll have that video up and you can compare the two, but I think you just gotta pick one. Whichever one you like, just go for it. If you like both, then just buy both. Both are available on my store on Brickmeupscottie.com. Before I introduce this set, let me just talk about this brand because they are kind of crazy. They are notorious for copying big L sets. A lot of you that know this brand have a big smile on your face right now because I know you. I know you're buying the Star Wars stuff from them. How dare you? Hey man, that's your call if you want to do it. But Jiestar or Jiestar, Jiestar. Let's just call him Jiestar. That sounds a lot better. But Jiestar has apparently been not only knocking off sets, but knocking off local brands. It's like an enemy within the States. Brands are calling them out now going, hey man, they're kind of copying us too. But they do have some original sets. If you can go find them, go find them. You guys find them anywhere. You guys go shopping wherever you want to go shop. As far as I know, this is an original set. I couldn't find any brick-related ones like this. However, they do have those DIY wood modeling kits that you can buy. I've always wanted to try that, but I'm like, dude, I'll take forever doing that. I think this is based off of that, and Sembo has actually done that before. Remember my Sembo Japanese dolls? Anyway, Jiestar, if you don't like them, we call them Jiestar. Let's check this one out. What you're looking at now is from Jiestar. This is the Europeanizing Architecture Bookstore. 57015. 3,028 pieces. Let's build our own European-style bookstore together. Here's the box. The front, very dinged up and damaged. You do get a handle. If I were you, don't get it with the box. The box is really easy to break and it's very like thin, man. Here's the back to show you the exquisite details, which actually follows through. I'm like, yo, they got it pretty down, man. Except I wish gold looked more like gold. Here's the manual. You get not only one, you get two massive books. Very nicely made, smells good. And look, they even have like this page here. I guess it's in all the Jiestar sets. It's time to build. I like how they use a figure there. By the way, the set has no figure, so go figure. Gotta use your own. So here's a page for you to see what it looks like while you're building. Just be aware of the colors. Might be slightly off, but I followed this one and was pretty okay. And just so you know, every section or every wall, you build outside of the set. So you don't build it on the plate. You build everything separately and they all combine together. Like this, for example, you build like this section, then you slot in this section, you slot in this section. It wasn't too difficult. It's only putting the floors on top of each other that was pretty difficult. My first impression of this set is, damn, this thing is huge. Bigger than I expected. It's heavy, lots of big brick pieces. I just don't know who it's for. It could be for you artistic people that are into books. You want your own grand looking library but can't afford it. You can certainly afford this one. You just build it and put it on your desk. I'm not even gonna put this in my city, man, because I have no idea how this is gonna work out. I'm just doing a quick spin for you there. You can see on the back side here, there's lots of stuff to look at. And surprisingly, very fun to put together, except the bricks themselves are super, super tight. You might be familiar with them. Hong uses these and Real Bricks You know those bricks? Man, my fingers were hurting a little bit putting this thing together. The other thing that is not fun is that the set cannot come apart, unfortunately. It stays like this. You could technically take off each floor. So even though the first floor is a pain in the ass to push down, this part I kind of wish was covered. That's the only thing I didn't quite like about the design. The good thing is the rooftop and the second floor on this side is actually pretty easy to take off. However, you do still have to be careful when you put it back on because you got to line to the studs here. And if I were to take this one off here to show you, oh, same deal. Oh, and I just dropped everything. Damn it. I'll pick those up. You have to be careful when you're putting it back on because these parts are really loose, the studded pieces here, and you have to kind of line it up. But you can line it up and guess where it goes on the side right here. Now, excuse me, I gotta get those pieces, but at least we can kind of get our hands in here. So that's good. But this is really meant to be like a grand ass design. So you're just supposed to leave it like this, man. And it's all open too. So it's not a modular home. And it also has a ton of brick lights. I mean, so many freaking brick lights. I put a couple in here, but you get more that you're supposed to slap on under each floor. It's individual, you gotta like rotate and twist them on. Like, you don't really need the brick lights, but anyway, I'm sure it looks magnificent with them. I'll turn some of them on. The other thing too is that the scaling is really, really off. What I'll do is I'll start pulling out some figures. We'll throw the figures on here. They look good in some spots. They don't quite look good. They look like little hobbits in some areas. The good thing about the set is all the small pieces, the little things, it's like really, really good. I haven't quite built a lot of the pieces before, like the bookshelves and the tables. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. This is really different. I love all the items they put in there. There's so much stuff happening on the bottom floor that it kind of definitely decreases the amount as you get to the second and the third floor. It's kind of underwhelming as you go up. So that's the only thing. It's like the best part is done on the first floor. I love the color variation. I love the originality of this idea. This is so good, but it's going to be probably very niche. The set is not built on your standard 32 by 32 plate. It's on multiple plates that are doubled down. So it's very, very thick. You might actually find a little bit of bowing depending on how you're building it, but it's, for the most part, it's pretty okay. It's not too bad just because there's nothing there. And yeah, because it's so much space on the bottom, everything kind of shrinks when it goes to the second and third floor. This thing looks like it's out of Beauty and the Beast, man. Here's a look at the first floor. Dude, there's so much stuff going on in there. I really like the colors. I had absolutely zero issues with all the small little intricate things. It was a lot of fun, man. So in the front, you got this fireplace looking thing. Very nice looking. Those are prints on all four sides. It's very well built. Next to that, you got this little globe thing. And I have to tell you, man, this is probably my favorite little piece right here. I like this design, look. Even has a little arm up there. Then you've got this hourglass, which is amazing, by the way. And there's so much space on the set. Look at that. You can practically move anything around everywhere and still put like about 10 guys in here easily. Look, you can even pop this thing off and you can see like some sand in there. Like, that's really good, man. Just to show you in the back there, you got a bookshelf. Very simple to put those bookshelves together. This one kind of can come out on its own, but I like the illusion of the thicker books on the bottom. And that staircase, that was really fun to put together, I'll be honest with you. Like, the manual shows it being flipped upside down, sideways, and you're just like flipping that thing all over the place, and it's super secure. However, it's only mounted in by one stud along the bottom, kind of around here, and you can see it kind of moves around. The top part is supposed to connect to the second floor. Just leave it loose, man, because it's like super hard to connect it. Trust me on that. But I really like the look of that and I like the rails. Totally A-okay. And in front of that is a lamp. Just turn on the light. There. Nice warm light. I'll leave that on for you guys. That is the first brick light that you put on the set. Now on this side here, this is where scaling gets a little bit crazy, but let me just show you everything first. So you got the chair over here, which is a different design than other chairs that I've seen. I mean, similar, but at least it's different. It's not like a regular just one-piece chair. This table is a little bit high. That is a print there on both sides, and I like the crown there, but yeah, different at least, right? And then you got a cabinet there that doesn't open up with some drawers, but I like this candle stand here. So this is a very unique design, right? Have you guys ever built anything quite like that? Huh? Okay, I forgot how this goes back here, like this. Now behind that cabinet is this little area here. A little table there, the candle, a teapot, and 3 pictures of the skyline, of a skyline. You know what? Those are all stickers. they did not have to use those as stickers because there's so many prints on the sets as well. They could have printed that, man. I guess it looks all right. Doesn't really match the steam. Should be more old school, shouldn't it? Or maybe that is an old school painting with a modern look. Now next to that is this room, which I really, really like. The back there, that door is printed and it can slide open and close. Oh, my finger's probably gonna be in the way, but there you go. And I can close it like that. That's pretty smooth. Above that is the brick light. I'll turn that on again for you guys and show you a different angle. I like the spider in the corner there. This is like the storeroom or something like that. I like how this cabinet kind of has a little bit of a lean. I like how they put it on the tilt there. But yeah, the pirate ship tile, we've seen that in like OG sets before. Use original tiles, please, guys. And there's a rat down there with a little table. And there's like stuff scattered on the floor. A lot of it is all mounted in, man. Only the stuff in the boxes, some of that stuff is loose. So yeah, you gotta be careful carrying this around. You might drop some of those out. But look at all those contents in there. The box here has another globe inside there. Looks like a pot and a broom. And if I take this out for you guys, and I love how everything can come out really easy, everything. There's another treasure box there, which looks very Indiana Jonesy. It looks like you have a whip, a lantern, compass, and a sword. And in the corner there, you got a part of a knight with the shoulder pads and a helmet and a shield on the floor. Look, there's Lumiere, the candle. Be our guest, be our guest. Here's another angle, that rat sandbag there on the floor, the barrel. If I move this table out of the way, you'll see that there's a bottle laying down there. It's secured in there, and a chair in the back there. Pretty creative. The light is on, but it's super bright, so I'm sure it looks pretty without any lights on, but that's for you. If you want to mount them in there, you can. And the other ones like kind of go underneath the floors, which, you know, you just put them however you like. So now on the other side of that door, you got this staircase that goes all the way up, which was fun to put together. You just got to make sure you can mount it on that second floor. And there's even more stuff over here. I like this cabinet that's in the front there. You got a page that's open up and a book that is closed. And what's cool is these drawers actually open up, but I've never put anything quite like this together, where it's like those pieces that make a drawer. I'm like, yo, that fits in there. But yeah, it's a pretty big drawer, man, or a big cabinet. I'm not even sure what this thing is down here, like a trophy or something. Now if I were to move this out of the way, oh, like so. You've got this back cabinet, which was really interesting to put together. In between the shelves, they actually slot in. So that whole cabinet, half of the cabinet can slide out. On the bottom are like potions, little micro figures, little bat logo on that shelf. On the shelf above that, you got those thick looking books. Some are slanted on there. And then above that are just more books. You're going to see a lot of these type of books in the whole set, which may or may not be your thing, but super easy to follow the colors on the instructions, except for gold and brown kind of look the same. That was kind of like my only complaint when looking through the manual. And finally, you got this little statue there. I like it. We have seen that before. Maybe not exactly like that, but it's pretty nice and it fits in here. The pillars look really cool, man. They look very artistic. You can kind of twist them in a different way, or if you want them more straight, you can. Oh, I'm knocking it down. But yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful. It might want to come off on you like that. And it's just lining them up to make sure the stud can, you know, go in the right place. But anyway, I thought that was actually a really cool design. Now that we're pretty much done with this floor, I'm gonna put a couple guys here. This is from the Semble Block Japanese stall, speaking of, which we still sell. We'll put that guy there and this guy in a Chinese hat, which makes no sense. But just to show you for scale, right? What do you guys think? Might look a little bit big, some of those objects, but some of it, like this angle here, look perfectly fine to me. And even being on the staircase, I think it looks okay. But other stuff like the fireplace, or maybe the globe, the hourglass, the guys might look a little bit small. Nobody see like that? Kind of looks out of whack with the shelf. Oh, it's not too bad, but the table, I think the table can go like one cylinder down. It should be okay, but then they might be too high on the chair. How can they possibly reach the candle and the teacup? This room actually fits in the best, I think, even the guy in the back. It's a little bit high, the ceiling, but at least they kind of look okay in here. Everything's kind of like matching to them. Here's the second floor. It's very small, it's very narrow because I think everything down below is what's meant to really showcase this set. So everything from now on will look very minimal in a way. The second floor is still pretty interesting, how the staircase goes up, and the floors are very uneven, especially here and here. You have to be very careful how you're pushing things down. When you're building this floor separately from everything else, you're not building it all together, by the way. Each floor is done independently. It can shift and plates can pop off. But once it's all set in here, it's pretty secure so far. Okay, you've got a desk over there, the letter on it. I like the stained glass look in the windows and the trans-clear pieces on top. Little pen, very peaceful and serene looking. I guess this is where you're gonna write your books. In the very corner there is a really tight-fitting bookshelf. I guess that's a bookshelf. They're just using 1x1 pieces, tiles for those books, the illusion of it. But I like how it looks very filled up. I guess that's the word. Then we come to the standard bookshelf here, but I like the two bottom rows where it looks like thicker books, encyclopedia type books. There's a ladder here that is mounted onto the shelf. And look, these gun pieces for the decoration of the pillars. I thought that was pretty funny. The back there is more stained trans-clear pieces. And they use these round pieces here, like circular pieces, to kind of break up the brick look. Ooh, look, another box there with a book, a trophy, and a potion. I like the variation for sure. So once we leave this area and we start walking back to where the staircase is, look at that design there. They're using like handcuff pieces along the wall. I have no idea what that is, but I thought that actually looked pretty good. We walk into this other little study area on this side. So the study room, as I mentioned, we can take this floor off and let more light inside. So now you can see everything much clearer. This room is a little bit small, but I like the paintings along the back wall. And by the way, all those like our famous paintings, right? You got Mona Lisa, the Painting Girl, whatever else, those are all printed pieces. So at least they do have printed. So I don't understand why the bottom three had to be stickers. Even along this wall here, you got even more pictures. The Golden Gate Bridge, we've seen that one before. Come on, man. But hey, at least you got a grandfather clock there, which looks pretty cool. There's a desk there with a letter on the desk. That's a print. And I do like the little green lamp. I thought that was a nice little touch. I guess one of the coolest things would have to be this turntable. Antique music turntable with a record on there and another pistol being used on the side. How funny is that? There's also one more cabinet in the back there with a micro figure on it and a map. Those tiles are supposed to be kind of twisted a little bit, but the cabinet is sitting right up against the wall, so I had to straighten them out. Unless the cabinet is supposed to be moved up a little bit, I guess you could. And you can kind of see down there where the stairs comes up. It does line up, but just don't mount the piece to it. Trust me, it's gonna be really hard to do it unless you're a pro. I like, well, the supposedly gold pieces. They're not really gold, but I like the rails and the awning along the top, which is good. But lining those up, they'll keep popping off on you. And sometimes the pieces might not fit in properly. I think I got it in pretty good. Earlier it was kind of like sagging down a little bit. Maybe it was the way I pushed this in. And up here, they have replacements for these little feather pieces, but they still pop out really easy. You'll see on the back side, I took those ones off because they just kept falling out. But at least they give you spares, so that's good. And then let's just admire this nice looking balcony here. You got some vines on the side, different color variations. You got one table, two chairs. You can probably fit another setting in here too. But sure, you can move the chairs closer to each other. There's a print there on the table, a newspaper. Here's another shot of the backside of that stained glass window with the transclear pieces. And you got a ladder to go up to the third floor and a brick light hanging up there and a little door that has no door to go into that little study room we just saw. Here's the side back wall, just a closer look. I like the breakup on the beige and the brick looking pieces. Everything looks really well done. Doesn't look like a bunch of solid panels to make up a wall, except maybe the third floor. But the other parts look good to me. So here's the two guys on this side. They look perfectly fine, looks to scale, right? It's just that bottom floor was kind of crazy. There's the guy sitting down, Bilbo Baggins, writing his Lord of the Rings book. The other guy that's trying to go on the ladder there. So yeah, this side's totally fine. Here are the two guys on this side of the room. One standing near the turntable and one sitting down in the chair, which sits in the chair perfectly fine. So I think the second floor definitely better for the figures. Here they are on the banging balcony. One thing I should mention is, yeah, it's a little bit flimsy, this floor itself. I kind of wish there was more support because it's kind of just floating. You do have to be a little bit careful of that. But hey, they look perfectly fine there. They could have a total house party out here. Woohoo! Here's the last floor, third floor, the smallest by far. Very minimal. There are 2 stickers that you can see on the left side. Yes, those are 2 giant stickers of the windows. Kind of wish they used Chanticleer pieces there. And on the right side, you only have like pretty much 1 item. And let's just take a look at that. What in the hell is that thing? It's like a vase with snake heads on it. And I have no idea how to describe that. It's very not library or bookstore looking to me. If we look over here, there's the sunflower picture, I guess. Van Gogh, is it? I'm not quite sure, but that's it. That's the last sticker that you'll use. So there's only a couple stickers in this whole set. Big ones too. I guess they were able to fit some books on this side. Some little lights hanging down. I'm not quite sure why. And look, it's open right there. Once you finish reading your book, you can jump down and be gone. Phew. Land in the chair and read a book. On the back side, there's nothing, but you can see down there where I took the little feathers out. That's what it would look like without them. I like the gold little leaves, and surprisingly, there's only 2 plants. Well, besides the vines, 2 plants in this whole set. And I actually enjoyed building them because I was like, yes, finally, don't have to have that many plants on a set. For this side, it's just a balcony overlooking the library. You got some rails along there and more flowers. Once again, plates are kind of uneven as you're building it, so be careful when you're putting that together. I like the little horn pieces that they use in the back. And the build of the awning and everything was pretty interesting, complex. At least it looks very intricate. And you got like 2 little gold pieces or whatever those are up there. Now there is one more rooftop to see here, which is this crazy looking candle and a rock formation thing there. There's even another one down here. Why do we have rocks on this set? I'm not quite sure what they're trying to imply here. Or maybe they're trying to make it like fairy tale setting, you know? Kind of looks like Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings. Did I say that right? That tall looking, castle looking thing. But from, you know, different perspectives, man, this set really looks incredible. Even when you look down, you're like, yo, this thing is tall, man. That is pretty nuts. But yeah, lots of space here, man, for you guys. All right, there's the 2 guys there. One's saying, it's very dangerous, man. Where's the rails? We're gonna fall off this ledge. The other guy's just enjoying the view over there. So again, suited for them to scale. Looks good. And then on this side, the guy's just about to fall over, while the other guy's a lot safer with that weird looking thing behind him. There you go. You let me know what you think. To scale or not to scale? Woo! Woo! Big, right? Pretty big. Sturdy when you carry it around and you mount things down. This floor might just pop off on you. But if I were to pick it up like this, look at that. Boy, this thing has got some weight to it. Absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be hopefully done with the other one by now. But anyway, you can compare it to the next one I'm going to review for you guys. So thank you so much. Don't forget, this is available on my store, Brickmeupscottie.com. Buy it any time. I shall be back. It's time to go read some real books. Until next time, you guys, brick me up!